You're on the clock with Tyler Jennings and Jared Perkins, a Prospects Live podcast for everything MLB Draft related. Join us as we discuss the biggest stories from college and high school baseball, bring you interviews from your favorite draft prospects, and break down live looks with Prospects Live analysis across the nation. Get ready, because you're on the clock with Tyler Jennings and Jared Perkins.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to another episode of On the Clock. We are on episode 4. As always, I'm Jared Perkins, and I'm here with Tyler Jennings. Tyler, how are you doing today?
We are doing pretty good. We got glasses attention, Tyler, today. So
nice.
Enjoy people.
When you're talking about tornadoes, you got to wear glasses. So that's.
I mean, do we have to?
You might. Everybody will get the tornado thing when we get into the Payton Tolle interview that we have coming up later on in the episode. But first, we got to talk a little bit about National Signing Day. Today, while we're recording this on November 8th, the episode will drop tomorrow, the day after National Signing Day. But Tyler, what are some of your thoughts today on the National Signing Day?
LSU equals really, really good. That's probably the best way I could put it. I mean, just going off our top 50, prep rankings, they had 7 of the top 50 of LSU commits. They've added Boston Bateman. They've added William Schmidt was another one that they added kind of a little bit after our ranks dropped. And it's just they're doing such a good job. It's one of the best classes I've seen in recent memories. And that's coming off a 2023 class where you had Cameron Johnson get to campus. And, it's an embarrassment of riches in Baton Rouge. And, they hit the portal hard. Gage Shump has been really, really good this fall. He's the biggest standout from the portal that I can think of. And Luke Holman's now going to be part of that rotation as well. They're just really good. And their 2025 class is doing pretty good as well. Quentin Young reclassed from 2026 to 2025. And he's the, second or third best player in next year's class. He's committed to LSU. Omar Cerna is a guy that, big catcher from Texas is committed to LSU. What they just do a really, really good job down there in Baton Rouge with recruiting, and hats off to Coach Johnson and everyone down there. That is a really, really stacked class that they have this upcoming year. And you always expect somebody's not going to make it to campus, but somebody that's a big enough name in this class is probably going to get there and so see for 3 years. Not like Dylan Cruz potentially, but you do wish for that if you
for sure. I mean, I talked about this kind of on one of the other podcasts because it's everybody talks about all the LSU recruits who get drafted and signed. I took the 2021 draft class of Royals. I use that example because they took Ben Kudrina and Carter Jensen, who were both LSU commits. They still loaded up. It didn't matter. And the Royals took Blake Mitchell this year, who was also an LSU commit. So it's just Royals are taking Jay Johnson's guys, but he's fine. That's fine. I had 10 of I'll have 10 of the next top 5 or top 50 guys to bring into the next year. So it's just a constant addition. Like you said, he cleans up on the transfer portal as well. And it's just insane.
It's so good. And Tennessee does a pretty good job of it as well. They got a couple of really, really good arms in this class. Anson Siebert, Keegan Coons are 2 guys off the top of my head that look really, really good. Speaking of a class that, not this year specifically, but UCLA's position player group that they just got from the 2023 class, pretty solid. Yeah. Rock Chalowski's was one of my favorite prep bats last year. I'm kind of a little bit shocked that he got to school, but Roman Martin is a guy that did pretty well. Cal Randall is going to be on campus. Justin Lee was a guy that popped at PG National in front of our eyes. They've got a pretty solid class. Yeah. Just getting to campus and looking at the 2024 stuff, Texas is doing pretty good with Levi Sterling in that mix. Auburn has a sneaky good class. Again, last year they had McGonigal and Emerson. They would have loved to have gotten both of them on campus. I'm talking to a couple of guys down there in Auburn that were I want at least one. Yeah. And they were hoping for McGonigal because they felt that Emerson was going to be in that Clark Jenkins conversation. Ultimately that happened, but then McGonigal getting popped in the competitive balance round is what kind of hurt them a little bit personally. They really, really wanted to get him to campus.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you get into those draft classes. The team that kind of stuck out to me, but they got one of the guys that's probably in the top three-ish, Noah Franco to TCU. TCU did pretty well in the transfer portal as well, getting like Payton Tolle and a couple other guys in. And their coaching staff is absolutely stacked. So that's another team I'm really interested to watch this year, as they've been able to get some of those guys from last year's class in. Did pretty well this year in terms of recruiting. Not go as good as, of course, like LSU, but it's interesting to see some of the names that they've got off the board. And then Virginia got a couple big commits in Caleb Bonnemer and Aiden Harris as well. So like a team like UVA, who's in the ACC, kind of gets overlooked sometimes, even though they're just kind of a powerhouse no matter what. They just don't get the same, I don't feel like they get the same attention as like some of the SEC schools. But for Virginia, I mean, you got to be happy with some of the guys that they've got committed so far.
Absolutely. And the ACC does a good job of getting recruits as well. Like, you know, we talk about all the time, SEC is 1A, ACC is 1B, in my opinion. The atmosphere in the SEC environment is way, way different than you see in the ACC environment. But the talent level is maybe not the same tiers like SEC. Say like LSU is probably going to defeat a low A team.
Yeah.
Wake Forest is probably the only team in the ACC that could do that. Whereas in SEC, like Tennessee has a chance, like not Ole Miss, but like Auburn was ranked, like they were a regional team last year. Alabama could have also done the same thing if they stayed fully healthy. Like,
yeah,
there's the talent level is a little bit better in the SEC, but like it's very, very good. There's another thing I want to mention with TCU too. Like, that's another sneaky good class.
Yeah.
Like Noah Franco's the cherry on top, but like Mason Brassfield is an electric lefty. Nolan Traeger is a good one. Blake Larson, a lefty that goes to IMG now, is a really, really good one. Sawyer Strauss-Snyder is a bit of a not a pop-up guy, but he's a helium guy right now. Like, I think PG has him like top 100. He's going to be somewhere in our top
another
100.
Two-way guy, right, too? Yeah.
So speaking of which, expansions are coming soon. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be a fun exercise we're going to do later this South season. I think we've already got everything planned out. We just need to talk about it. So, you know, once we have like a clear image, we can probably go in depth more for our readers to, you know, look what they want to like anticipate.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing top 100s and then we're going to congeal everything into a list. So I'm excited for it.
Love it. Love it. So one thing we wanted to do for our On the Clock segment is guess where some of these high school guys who got drafted committed, but they actually didn't go to the school. So guys from like the 2019 up to like the 2022 class who went in the MLB draft, committed to a school, kind of have Tyler and I try to guess who they are. Who they are. Guess what school they went to. So that's going to be a little bit of fun. Tyler, do you want to go first, or do you want me to give you my first name?
I can go first. I got a good one for you.
You're going to put me on the spot first to
yes,
fail.
Yes,
Love
I am.
it.
I can have my fun.
Smart.
So this is not a throwback per se, like 2016 draft, Mackenzie Gore. Take a wild guess.
God, he's a West Coast kid, wasn't he? No, he's not. My first guess is Florida, but I don't think I'm anywhere close. How many guesses do we get?
You can get 2 more guesses.
I wish I knew his back history because like I have no idea where the kid's from.
I'll give you a hint. My home state.
So was he a UNC commit?
Nope.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of the last one here. Vandy. Where'd he go? Where was it?
He was committed to East Carolina.
Yeah. Nice. That makes sense.
So another fun fact, Mike Trout, ECU commit, actually. That's something I learned when I was I actually applied to ECU when I graduated high school, and like that was like the first thing I tweeted out on my like old personal Twitter. It doesn't exist anymore. It was like I'm planning on going to the same school Mike Trout was going to go to. Like, have fun.
Yeah,
but
it works. My first one for you is 2019 MLB Draft, Vaughn Grissom of the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, Jesus. Vaughn Grissom. He was a Georgia kid, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Ooh.
I'm checking for you. No. Florida kid.
Florida kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was born in Florida, but I think he also went to Florida kid.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because he's Jared Goodwin. He's one of Jared Goodwin's guys. I remember now. But shout out Jared Goodwin. Very, very cool guy.
If you get this, I'm just gonna give you a gold star.
Okay, so that definitely means it's not Florida. Wouldn't be Miami. My gut's either telling me Central Florida or South Florida. Is it one of those two?
I'm not giving you a hint.
Oh, those are my two guesses right now.
Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
It's not Central Florida.
So you're telling me it is South Florida?
No, it's not South Florida either.
Okay. I'll give myself one more guess on this. Shot in the dark, Jacksonville.
No, Florida International University.
Okay, that was like fifth on my list. So
I know you have like Gulf Coast, Florida Gulf Coast has made some tourneys before.
that was gonna be my next guess, and then it would have been FIU. Yeah, that was. I didn't really expect that. Like whenever I was figuring more like Central Florida, if anything.
Yeah. All right, who do you got next for me?
I've got one of your Royal Boys,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Prado,
Nick
Little
Prado.
League World Series legend Nick Prado.
I should probably know where he's from, but I don't. Where's he from?
I'm not giving you a hint yet.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go like where they're from to help with the guessing.
After two guesses.
Oh, okay.
you broke the rule on the Von Grissom one, man.
Oh, Nick Prado. I want to say he's a Florida kid, but I don't know. At Florida State.
Nope.
No. Damn. I don't know. I feel like I should know. Oh, MJ Melendez is the Florida kid. I got that backwards.
Yes. Yep. Melendez was the Florida kid.
Prado, I want to say was local-ish to Missouri, but I can't remember. No, not. Okay. I'm way off here. That could be any school then. Let's see. Prado. I got nothing. Let's go Oklahoma. I don't know. I'm just guessing names now.
No, I can give you a hint though. Think Cali.
Oh, that's right. He's a Cali kid. Shit, I forgot that. UCLA.
Nope.
All right, I'm out of guesses. What do we got?
So Southern California. Lincoln Riley special.
I was between USC and UCLA.
Yeah, I thought he was UCLA for sure. Like, I thought I read that the other day. He was at UCLA when I was looking this up. Because I may have brought it up today, but I definitely was thinking about this in the past.
My next one for you is another 2019 guy, Michael Harris. Might be a little bit easier.
Yeah, he's a Georgia boy. I know that for a fact.
Yep. Yeah.
Georgia Tech?
Nope.
Would it be Georgia then?
Nope.
Is it even a school in Georgia?
Nope. Was not a school in Georgia.
Okay, that makes more sense for me then. Damn. It wouldn't be Florida, would it?
No. Not Florida. Do you want to keep guessing?
I'll go one more. Like, wouldn't be Georgia Southern. Wouldn't be. Complete shot in the dark, just for the hell of it. Liberty. I don't know, like.
No.
I know, like some Southern kids do go to Liberty. Like that's just a shot in the dark there.
He committed to play at Texas Tech. And then prior to considering Texas Tech, he was recruited by LSU as a pitcher only. But he committed to Texas Tech.
Oh, okay, interesting. So tried to be the next Patty Mahomes. I see.
Yeah. Solid stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. I've got another one for you. We're going down the Naylor line. But it's not Josh. It's Bo.
Bo Naylor.
Mm-hmm.
You picked guys like I don't even know.
The next one will be very easy for you. If you don't get it, I will be very disappointed.
I would probably be disappointed myself. The Nailers are what? They're Canadian?
Mm-hmm.
That makes it even harder because, like...
I'm a sneaky son of a bitch. I hope you know that.
Yeah. That's not even fair. I'm gonna like do like a West Coast, East Coast, and then middle of the country. Let's go Stanford.
Nope.
All right. Texas.
It's a school in Texas. It's not Texas.
That leaves us with a lot of schools.
Yes, it does. Best of luck to you.
I'm getting my. Let's see. I don't think it's Texas Tech because the last guy went to Texas Tech, and I'm gonna go no on Texas Tech. It's either I'm gonna say Texas A&M or TCU.
Which one is your official guess?
Here? TCU is my official guess. A&M.
It is A&M.
At least I got it down too.
We're getting closer here.
Yeah, I love this. This is great. My next one for you, going up to the 2020 MLB Draft now, is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Dandy.
You got that one.
that was my first draft. So like,
was it?
Some of those guys are sticking in my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure the earlier ones too.
God, his mom was also in what movie was it when he was growing up?
I don't even know.
My mind's blanking. Somebody mentioned it when he debuted it. I can't remember the name of the movie, but like, mom was I don't know if I'd go as far as saying like a Hollywood star, but like she played a very good baseball mom actually.
Huh.
Like, kudos to her. I'm gonna look that up now.
I don't know why I feel like Pete Crow Armstrong has been playing forever, but it feels like he has, even though he was just drafted in 2020 and it's only 21 years old.
To be fair, I first saw him in 2019, so like it kind of has felt like a long ass time.
Yeah. I'm like, why isn't he in the bigs yet? But I know he debuted, but he's only 21 years old. I keep thinking he's like older than that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Little Big League. That's who it was. That's what the movie was. Nice. She played the mom in Little Big League. Very, very good movie, in my opinion.
All right. Who you got next for me? How many more do you have is a question.
This is an easier one. I just didn't know who to really grab out of this draft class. So I figured I'd just make it a little bit easier for you because the first three were a little bit tougher.
Is this 2020 again?
I think it's Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh, I don't even know where he tried to commit. That's the worst part.
I'll be disappointed, sir.
I feel like I should know where he tried to commit, but I have no clue. I'm going to be quite honest with you. He's from Texas. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining it somewhere in Texas, but I don't actually know. Or it's either in Texas or it's in Oklahoma or somewhere like near the Royals is what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to pick. See, I'm writing down my potential guesses.
He's getting the sticky notes out.
All right, I'm going to narrow it down to 3 schools. I'm trying to think of who else is around the Royals. Like the Missouri teams suck. No one's going there. Not if you're like a potential number 1 overall. You're either going to Oklahoma State because they're absolutely loaded. You're going to go to probably not Texas anymore. They used to be like top, but they're okay.
They do a very good job of recruiting.
Yeah,
I will give them that much.
It's easy when you have like one of the best baseball states.
They've also made the College World Series like 50 something times at this point. Like,
yeah,
it's a ridiculous amount of times that they've been.
I feel like I'm having Texas, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma as my final 3 options. Is it a team in that list?
Yes, it is a team in that list.
Okay. I'm going to take out the Oklahoma State option.
Okay.
I'm going to narrow that down to Texas and Oklahoma. He either stayed home or he's like, I want to get away and go to a different state. I'm going to Oklahoma.
There you go.
Nice.
I'm proud of you on that one. That was a very good, like, figuring out your options and deducing down to the single one. That's impressive.
Well, I knew it was from Texas. I knew that the Royals took him, so I imagined. I don't know why. I was like, let me just see if it's somewhere close to. Because I feel like a lot of those Oklahoma kids end up going to the Royals because they just kind of scout down there. Or
Yes.
Oklahoma, Nebraska, Texas, like all that entire region.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was another guy in this class too that just committed to Georgia. I think it may have been Clavon, was originally committed to Oklahoma he was football and baseball.
Nice.
I think he decommitted when Lincoln Riley decided to jump ship to USC. I could be mistaken on that, but
Yeah.
I remember he was an Oklahoma guy.
How many more do you have left?
I have 2 more.
Okay, I'll cut my list down.
You can give me more. I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna go Jordan VRs, Phillies.
oh fuck.
2021 class. I had to get some hard ones in there because I had a feeling you'd know like the first couple round guys.
Is it Florida International?
No, it's not.
Not okay. That was my first guess. I don't know why.
I got you with the Von Grissom one. You're just locked in on Florida International now.
Well, no, I think VR's was a Florida kid. I think.
Right. I have to look that up.
He was one of the guys I wasn't really like well versed on.
He's a Texas kid, or born in Texas.
Born in Texas. Okay. Why does that lead me to Texas Tech?
Also not Texas Tech.
Not Texas Tech. Okay.
Do you need it? Well, I guess I gotta give you a hint now, right?
Yeah, might as well give me a hint. That's one of the guys I don't know all that well.
SEC school.
I don't think it would have been Mississippi State, so that's not a guess. Wouldn't be Vanderbilt. Was it A&M?
No. Was A&M
A&M?
in the? When did they get into the SEC? I can't even remember now.
They came in at the same time as Mizzou, I think. So like 2012, 2013, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not them.
Okay. Final guess, Arkansas.
It is Arkansas.
Okay, cool. I'm glad.
You got it.
Cool. That makes it easier for me.
There it is. Now you don't have to guess. What do you got next for me?
All right.
Please be a Royal.
Going current. Sorry.
Kidding. I said please be a Royal.
No, it's not Royal. Your Royal guys are up. I've already gone through them. Colson Montgomery.
That was. I should know that as recent as it was.
Yep.
UNC. Where's he? I guess I have to guess one more before I ask.
Yes, guess one more, and then you can guess.
Was I hot or cold on UNC? Probably real cold. Okay.
As cold as this IPA, not sponsored.
But if someone wants to sponsor,
hey,
come on.
Emails in my Twitter bio, like, or X, whatever we call this site now.
Yeah.
What is it? X. I'm going to call it Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, I have the little Twitter bird on our little thing down here in the corner.
Yeah, we'll just stick with Twitter. Yeah, like my email's in my Twitter bio, so like if you want to like hit me up for sponsorship, like I'm available.
Oh man, Colson, not even close with UNC. Probably not even the right conference with the ACC because he was pretty high up. Florida. Where's he from?
You get your guess now. He is from originally, I think it was Southridge, Indiana. I don't like have his hometown on my screen right now. That's a full guess.
Florida close or not close?
It was even colder than UNC.
No, nice, cool, awesome. Vanderbilt, I don't know.
Nope.
Where was?
Albeit Bucanic was an Indiana kid and went to Vandy's.
Yeah, that's why it popped in my head.
Okay.
Where did he go? Do you not even know?
No, I know.
Oh, I thought you were telling me because I had my 3 guesses.
Oh, I mean, you giving me 4, so you get 3. Or no, vice versa. You get 4. Fuck it. Like, geez, we're having a great time.
Oh, Did he go to school in the range of Indiana?
He did go to school in Indiana. I actually just
Or-
looked it up. His high school was Southridge. He's originally from Holland.
Sorry, did he commit in the range of Indiana, not go to school?
Yeah, it was in state.
No, did he go to Indiana?
Yeah, I knew as soon as I gave you that hint, that was going to be the.
There's no other school, really.
Hey, you're really dumbing it down at Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis.
IUPUI.
Yes, I'm surprised I actually said that one go.
That was a good one because if I knew he was from Indiana, I probably would have stuck around the Indiana. But even then, I wouldn't have been like Indiana, yeah, for sure. Because Mania, I think didn't Sean Mania? He was Indiana commit too.
I think he was Indiana State.
Was he Indiana State?
I'm pretty sure.
Let me
just.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mania was Indiana State.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. He did play college baseball. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
My next one for you, gonna give you a royal. Go to the 2022 draft class of Austin Charles, Mr. Hype himself, who is
Mr. Hunter Pence, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the swing I'm thinking of?
Yeah, that swing is fun. It's something.
Austin Charles. I might be confusing him with Max Charles at this year's class. A little bit. Was he LSU?
No,
Not LSU. Okay.
it was not.
He
was also a 20th rounder.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it difficult.
Yeah.
But he was still like, I remember the name.
Got a big old signing bonus.
Yeah, because he was one of the better. He was one of the better preps.
Yeah.
Is it Arizona?
No.
Not Arizona.
You're warmer though.
Okay, well that helps me out. Arizona State.
No.
Not Arizona State. Okay.
Do you want where he's from?
Yeah, sure.
He's from California. Bakersfield.
Okay, so that last guess UCLA?
Nope.
Or was it USC?
Nope.
Neither.
UC Santa Barbara.
That was gonna be my third guess if I didn't use all four of mine.
Sneaky good baseball team, college baseball team. Always.
Oh, they know their arms so well.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Tyler Bremner, who's gonna be eligible next year, is already popping like 98 in fall ball, and he's got a really, really good changeup. Like
every time we play them for Nevada, it was like their arms were great, the bats were awful. That's the only reason they would lose games is because they just never had a lineup.
They got someone this year, like I think it's Ivan Brethwar. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. He's a big bopper that they have at USCSB, and like Matt Eger's good. They're going to have some really, really good arms here.
Nice.
Either this year or next year, either which way. Like they really know how to develop.
Yeah. Let's go one more each, or because you have one more, right?
Yep.
Go one more each here.
Go with your throwback. I'm going with my throwback.
Oh, okay. I'll let you go. Is it my turn? No, it's your turn.
It's my turn. Corey Seager.
That's a good one.
I had to bring it up after the World Series because that man went off.
Oh, man. I keep forgetting that. Did all the Seager brothers get out of high school? Was Kyle's high school too, or did he go to college?
No, Kyle played at UNC.
Okay. So did Corey go to UNC?
Nope.
No. You think he'd follow his brother because he's from North Carolina too. They're both from. They're brothers. They're all from North Carolina.
Pretty sure Kannapolis born and raised. I could be mistaken on the city, but I know it's in that like the Madison Bumgarner like past Winston-Salem mountain area essentially.
Yeah. And you got the third Seager brother of Justin who never made it to the big leagues.
I didn't even know there was a third Seager.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
He was a minor leaguer for a while.
Okay.
Not UNC. NC State?
Nope.
Not in North Carolina?
It was not in North Carolina, no.
Okay. ACC or no?
Nope.
SEC.
Was SEC.
Oh, man.
I feel like that makes it a bit easier, but...
Sort of, but there's so many SEC schools. South Carolina?
Yeah, it was South Carolina. He was a Cockball USA man.
I wasn't sure if he
Really
would have stayed in one of the Carolinas, but
Yeah, no, that was kind of one that shocked me a little bit because I would have figured UNC. Like Mad Bum was a UNC commit back when he was in Lenore. So
yeah, this one my throwback might be too easy. It is a Royal. If it's too easy, I'm going to give you one more. Bubba Starling.
oh,
Committed to play football and baseball at this school. Was the next big thing. Who really panned out.
From that really, really good draft class too, if I remember correctly.
That was awful, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was a really good class. Because he was like one of the last players from that entire first round to like debut, and like they had like a really, really good track record.
That's right.
Entire draft.
And the Royals got a ton of flack because everybody else had hits except for them.
Yeah. Oh, this is predating me.
So you want me to tell you where he's from?
Yeah, let's
Kansas.
do that. I was gonna guess if he was from Kansas too.
Yeah.
God, I'm having to throw this back to like middle school years. That's when I feel like this draft was. Oklahoma?
Nope.
Not Oklahoma. I feel like it's just super obvious, but my mind is like blanking on it.
Yeah, I think when you hear it, you're gonna be like, aha.
That just makes me think it's LSU then.
No, it's not.
LSU, okay. I feel like Mizzou was really good at football back then. Was it Mizzou?
Not Mizzou.
Kansas or Kansas State? It's in state. I don't know.
Nebraska.
Back before the Scott Frost days.
Yep.
In that role.
Awesome. Well, now that everybody's heard us talk forever, we now have an interview with Payton Tolle coming up.
Hey, we got a good voice.
Yeah.
But Payton Tolle's voice is better.
Yeah. Incredible guy, two-way guy at TCU. Really humble, really awesome. I think everybody's going to enjoy the interview. Tyler, were there any key takeaways from that interview for you that really stood out?
Just a very fun guy to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, he said he had like a canceled class or something and was just like chilling in his dorm room.
Yeah.
And I think he even said beforehand he's an open book, and that's exactly what we experienced. Was like it's an open book of fun, and like he loves baseball. I think he said he was originally like trying to try out for football, or he mentioned football on the podcast. But like he was probably one of my favorites just to do an interview with. Like, absolutely love it. And yes, we do talk about tornadoes because, you know, my intrusive thought decided it was going to show up at like 11 a.m. in the morning. I blame coffee for that one.
It's fine. We talked about tornadoes. He was like awkwardly went along with it. It's cool.
See, that's my thing. I'm the king of awkward and weird. Like, I hope people can accept that.
And he's just outside the top 50 of the top 50 college prospects, right?
Yeah. When we expand to the 100, he's definitely going to be on the list. Like, it's hard to leave like a guy that could have as much power he has and dominate from the left side
off the list. Yeah.
And like, I don't like the personality is just great.
Yeah. Great dude. I love that how he talked about his transfer from Wichita State to TCU, how it's just kind of a team atmosphere. He provides some really good insights to the coaching staff that's just absolutely loaded with Dave Long, TJ Bruce, and Kirk Sarloos at the head. So I think everybody's really going to enjoy that interview. Now that you heard us talk about random players who committed and actually never signed with those schools, we'll turn it over to that interview with Payton Tolle. All right. Well, we have another incredible interview here. We have Payton Tolle from Texas Christian University. Was at Wichita State last year. Payton, how are you doing today?
Oh, doing good. Got up, had some weights, and then now just I went to class, and then it got canceled. So now I'm just hanging out, getting ready for the next class. So
Love it. Love it. Well, we can't thank you for taking some time during your busy schedule to join us. First question I kind of always kick off, just for the people who don't know you, give a little bit of background on yourself, your journey through baseball, and kind of how you got into where you are today.
Yeah, so I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, little Bethany, west side of OKC. Pretty much been playing baseball since I could walk, since I can remember, and played is the sport that I just always kind of gravitated to. I played football and basketball as well in high school, but it was always baseball. I remember there were always times whenever I'd get done with my with football practice or basketball practice, and me and my dad would go straight to the cages, and we'd hit for an hour and then throw and then do something baseball, and it was like makes for a long day because we're doing sports for 4, 5, 6 straight hours. Just, but yeah, I mean, it's always been baseball, and I knew from I'd say a decently young age that it's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, I'd say it's working out for me, and I'm just so thankful for all the opportunities that I've been able to have, and it's not possible without other people. So
Yeah, I love that. I guess one of the other questions I have, now that you've transferred over to TCU, kind of experienced the transfer portal, what's that transition been like for you? What's some of the things that you've really been looking forward to this fall and going into next year?
yeah, I mean, the portal experience was something else, but coming here to TCU, I mean, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I was able to get on campus early, got here in the summer, got to work out with most of the new guys, and then got familiar with campus and everything like that. So it's kind of gives you a leg up into going into the fall, and then you get comfortable with all the guys. So then whenever you're in the fall, you may be 2 or 3 weeks into the fall, but you feel like you've been there for a long time, and you're playing comfortable. You're playing it the best as you can, because I believe that whenever you're comfortable, that's whenever you're playing, you're the best. So like being able to be here, the guys have been incredible. Like they've just been so welcoming. I feel like it could be really hard. Like they could have a choice to see the transfer guys be like I'm not even going to talk to them. Like they came here, like I've been here the whole time, but these guys have been incredible. Like they are so welcoming. They want to hang out, and just like, that's the biggest thing with them is like, I just like hanging out with these guys. So, but these guys have been awesome.
Yeah, you talk about the transition kind of, right? Developing those relationships with your teammates. Talk a little bit too about working with that TCU staff that's absolutely stacked. You have Kirk Sarloos, you have TJ Bruce, who was the head coach at Nevada at one time. You have Dave Lawn, who's been on I don't know how many championship winning teams. I've heard so many great things about Dave Lawn and the person that he is. But talk about having that group of coaches around you as you kind of try to develop your game.
Oh yeah, they're incredible. Bruce he pushes everybody, and it's one of the, I think he's such a great coach, but he wants so much out of us.
Yeah, that
it pushes you, and like it's not like he's just gonna scream at you the whole time. Like he just wants to push you, and he knows that he knows that you're better than what you're doing. So like, come on, we can do this. Like we can do better than this. So I love that. I love the way he coaches. Sarlos is, I mean, he's an amazing, amazing person. Like, just not even talking about baseball stuff. Like, he's an amazing coach, but just a real person. And like you meet him, and the first impression of him is real. Like, it's what you're getting. And I think there's something really unique about that, and really like, he's just so authentic. And then Coach Lawn, he is amazing. Like he is just a ball of energy all the time. And I think it's really cool to walk, because being a new guy too, like being able to see him come in. I'm like this guy, he's gotten comfortable with everybody now. Like he's showing up to the field and he's like, all right, let's go. Like, what do we do today? Here we go. So he's so fun to have around and just a goofball. But this coaching staff is elite, and Coach DeLora too, pushing everybody. Like it's an elite coaching staff, and so I'm super thankful for the opportunity to be able to learn from these guys.
Yeah, I did baseball operations at the University of Nevada, Reno, and Lon was there under Jay Johnson when Jay Johnson was there for a couple of years before he went to U of A. My buddy Ray McIntyre coached underneath both Lon and Johnson. He said it was just like one of the most incredible experiences he's ever had. I mean, those guys are just incredible. Tyler, I'll turn it over to you if you got some questions.
Yeah, and I was really about to bring up the fact that you worked under him. But no, like the biggest thing for me is like obviously you're a two-way. Is there any part of that you prefer? Like, do you prefer being a bat? Do you prefer being an arm, or do you just enjoy doing both of them? Like,
I think that this might be. I think I've answered this question 3 or 4 times a week the past year, and it's that's not a bad thing at all. Like, I love this question because I just say, like, it's really fun striking people out, but it is really fun hitting balls hard. And I couldn't pick one. If somebody put a gun to my head and said, you have to pick one, I couldn't do it. I can't. I love both too much. And, like, they're going to have to tell me, like, all right, this is what we're doing. Like, I won't be able to decide myself because it's so much fun. So, but yeah, I mean, once again, so thankful that I get the opportunity to do that. And that's something that, going back to Wichita, like they gave me the opportunity to do that. Coach Pelfrey is somebody that was like, we're going to give you this opportunity to compete with this, and, you'll be able to run with it. And, you know, we worked on it there, and then kind of got to the point last year where we were doing both all the time. And then to be able to have the opportunity here at TCU to do it is amazing as well. And they've been all on board with it, and making sure practice plans and everything like that. Like, I'm able to make sure I'm doing both and working on both equally. So it's been good, and it's been an amazing experience. So, I mean, just so think that, and I think Mom likes it too because she can watch every day instead of just one day if I'm pitching. So,
love that. The question is though, would you strike yourself out? Do you think you could get a knock off yourself?
I don't know. I think I've said if I had 4 at bats, I just go 2 for 4. And with 2
bombs.
for 4, maybe a bomb and a single with 2 strikeouts or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know how I would know that with the whole win reality, and maybe put myself in VR and see what happens. But I don't know.
Yeah, you can get like the pitching machines now that can like get your exact spin, exact velo. You just got to put one of those up there and see if you can hit off of it.
just like casually hit a bomb like 120 off yourself.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask this though, just because like there are a ton of two-way guys that have been succeeding at the level like you have been. Like Caglianone is a prime example of a guy that's done the exact same thing. Do you by any chance happen to look up at any players like that have done that, or is there like anything that you kind of like pride yourself on with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think with the rise of two ways, with like Shohei obviously being like the two-way, it's been something that people have been more open-minded to, I think. But that's not to say like it's been a thing in college for a while. But I still think it's becoming more of a like people can be like Jack at Florida, like, can be elite at both. But I mean, as far as like looking up to somebody with it, like I really didn't like look up to any two-way guy. Like I grew up with watching those. This is gonna sound like I'm a bandwagon now, but I grew up with those 2011, 2012 Rangers. So like I watched the old David Murphys and Mitch Morelands and CJ Wilson. So like I would just kind of look at those guys and think, oh, I could be like them, but then just do both. So
yeah, you talked about it being in the college game for a while. I old enough now that I was at Arizona State back in 2010. Jordan Swaggerty was the backup catcher to Austin Barnes, and he would basically come out, catch Sunday, and then if he had to close, he'd go in and close the game throwing like 97, 98 off the bump. It was insane just to watch.
Yeah.
He'd hit it like a tank, and then he'd come out in the 8th or 9th inning and just shut everybody down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like Grant Knipp at Campbell now, because they decided to go put him out in the mound during fall ball and he'd pop 98 and we're like, okay, yeah, he's good.
Love it. So yeah, I guess the other question that I have too is we always kind of like to learn about the players behind the humans behind the players. So what are some of your passions away from the game? What do you like to do when you're off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of like hobbies and stuff, it gets hard just because like baseball takes up so much time. But like I've picked up golf and I'm not good at all, but my mom was a college golfer. So every time we go out to golf, I'm like, it's in my blood. Like I'm going to be good today because my mom was good. But I mean, other than that, like really, like I don't have a whole lot that I do. Like I really like just spending time with family. Like this is kind of just a little side note, but 7 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. So then like that kind of changed perspective on everything. So like I really value family time.
Yeah.
And like any time that I can spend with them. So if I have a weekend off, I might go run up there and hang out with them. Or brother also huge into sports. So we're watching football or something like that. So a lot of what we do in our free time has to do with sports, but at the end of the day, like the biggest thing for me is just hanging out with other people, hanging out with family.
Yeah. How far are you from home now?
Just only about 3 hours.
That's not too bad. Easy drive.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kind of depending on this DFW traffic, but I got out of here one weekend Friday at 5:00, and that was the worst mistake that I've had in a long time.
Oof.
So, but yeah.
Oh yeah, this is where I'm glad I live in Raleigh and traffic's not terrible for most of the week.
Yeah.
I live outside of DC. It's always bad.
Oh, you got the
terrible.
You got the absolute worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not great. Not a good place. Tyler, do you have any questions? I got one more, but I'll let you turn it over to you if you have a few more you want to ask.
I'm just trying to think because, like, obviously being OKC, growing up, Rangers, we had a guy that used to work with us last night actually joined them this year and won a ring. So I wanted to give shout out to Jackson first off. Go, buddy. I guess another thing, like, growing up with Oklahoma weather, this is like a weird question on my part because of the fact that like I hate tornadoes and worst thing in my opinion. Did you ever experience any growing up, or is it just like you got to avoid it for the most part?
Oh, I mean, living in Oklahoma, you can't really avoid it. Luckily, I was never in a situation where like we were hit by one, but we definitely had like our times where mom was like, all right, get in the closet, like we're staying in the closet, you're sleeping there tonight. Like it could get bad, but I mean, yeah, we get April and May and there's 3 or 4 tornadoes a year. So but it's Oklahoma weather is so extreme. There's nothing predictable about it. So but tornadoes, I mean, yeah, they're scary, but I think my dad has put it in my brain that they're cool to look at. So whenever they happen, it's let's get in the car and go watch it.
Doing the opposite of what Tyler's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I run away from them first off. I've seen one and I was like, nope, never again. Nope.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're scary, but yeah, Dad he's just a daredevil when it comes to that kind of stuff. So
yeah, see, I'll do that with a hurricane just because it's like
yeah,
I'm used to it at this point. Now, if you put me in a tornado, I'm gonna scream like a child.
Yeah.
The last question I got for you is just looking into the 2024 season. What are your goals for this year? I know you've got things like the MLB Draft and like that on your head, but also probably trying to get to a College World Series with TCU. So what are some of the big goals for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that right now, like the biggest thing is just like all of our eyes are set on Omaha. Like that's something that I really like about being here is that it's like that's always the goal and that's always a reality. And I love that. And I think that a good goal also is like Big 12 championship. Being a Big 12 champion is huge, and obviously that'll set you up well for the postseason. But other than that, like all the goals that we have, very team-oriented goals. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just how are we going to get to Omaha? Like, what do I have to do to make us the best? So whether that's starting pitching, whether that's DHing, playing first, wherever that is, what can I do to get us there? So nothing. I haven't really set out the old individual goals. I'll try to sit down before the season starts and write those out just so I can look at them all the time. But right now it's just focusing on working every day and focusing on what I can do to help this team get better and be the best that we could possibly be come May and June. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, Payton, this has been awesome. We can't thank you enough for taking the time to join us. Wishing you nothing but the best, you and everybody at TCU, and hoping to see you guys in the College World Series this year.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I love this. So.